fourth biggest population in the United States. I'm Ed Cohen with the man of the people. He is Jay Williams.
All right, Ed, I see you. New York, L.A., Chicago, Houston right there. I'll tell you what else is big. Rocket Nation, and they're ready to rumble.
Taking over the globe and maybe taking over this game tonight. Jay, these two rosters as good as any assembled in the NBA over the last decade plus, and you can imagine the pace is going to be so critical in this one tonight.
Both teams lead the league in points per game. It will come down to which team can execute towards the end in the half court. But Ed, Kevin Wayne Durant is the difference maker, and let me tell you why. So many people have been talking about this is a different type of Kevin Durant. He's not the nice guy anymore. I like the fact that Kevin Durant has become somewhat defiant against authority. I like the fact that him and Draymond Green are two of the top 10 players in the league as far as technical fouls drawn. I like that nastiness. That could be the difference between this team winning the Western Conference Finals and winning the whole thing.
Thompson, terrific vision. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden against Klay Thompson.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
Flushes it home.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Curry with the ball. Great pass to set it up. Probing the defense. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. There's no denying he's a big talent, but he has a large personality.
And his personality gets the best of him at times. When I think about personalities who are able to control their aggression, I think about Marcus Smart, I think about Draymond Green. The biggest key for DeMarcus Cousins, controlling his emotion instead of letting his emotions control him.
Steph Curry, defended by Melo. To Green. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. To Harden. From the outside, no good. Tucker gets it in the right corner. To Paul. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
To Durant. Kevin Durant, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Harden to Anthony. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Tucker to Paul. The shot clock expires. Steph Curry against Chris Paul. A shot reject.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Durant.
Ice.
Curry to Cousins. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Rockets in control of the basketball. Anthony to Paul. Sizing up the defense. Here's CP3. Ooh, Chris Paul. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's Steph at the controls. Harden with it up top. They trail by 2. To Anthony. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Harden shoots. No good. Steph Curry against Tucker. Steph Curry missed his first. That one goes.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Paul, wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shot and thinking pass second, score first.
Durant, his first effort, off the mark. Steph Curry, picked up by Paul. To Durant. Gets it in the left corner. Green. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Harden, defended by Thompson. Turned away by Cousins.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Curry knocks it down. That was a tough shot. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws a defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
Harden. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Goes to the right side. And the finish. Jay, it counts for 2, but that was pretty.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Paul matched up with the 2-time MVP. To Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Steph Curry matched up with Paul. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When you got a big man like Boogie coming off a devastating Achilles injury, you wonder a lot about his mobility, but he looked really agile in that last play.
James Harden fires for 2. It's good. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule, for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
To Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second. Harden takes aim at Steph Curry. Here comes the screen. Harden to Capella. It's blocked by Boogie.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Steph Curry here against P.J. Tucker. The screen sets him up for 2.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 86% from the line. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the 3-point play. The lead is down to 6. Curry has it. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot by Thompson misses.
I can't believe he missed that, but look, you have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
Paul, Green always looking for the steal. To Capella. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's Curry controlling the offense. Here's a chance from long range. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Harden with the basketball. Right now, down 7. Tight space with the crossover. Harden against the former Finals MVP. Here's Curry with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Green. Down for Iguodala. Around the perimeter. Curry. Throws it up. Working it outside. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Gordon with it. 9-point margin. Nene. Down for Iguodala. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Looking good. 4 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Harden. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get...
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
It's Harden. James Harden. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
To Green. Lobs it up. 3 seconds. Harden matched up with Iguodala. Had a chance, but it's no good. For 3, the rebound belongs to Houston. First quarter in the books. The Warriors with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Bell to Shaun Livingston. To Thompson. Has a look. Now a shot by Thompson, no good. Paul into the front court. His team down 9. With a drop step. And it's Bell there to grab the rebound. Green to Curry. Gets it in the right corner. Has a chance. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, that time it was effective. But a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Paul across the timeline. Down 11. Turned away by Bell.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Carmelo Anthony at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. And the margin down to 8. Warriors have the basketball.
Sit him down, sit him down. Ice. Gotta get through this game.
Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Paul against the former Cougar. Pass down low to Carmelo with a drop step. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
Green to Shaun Livingston. Thompson. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Scores from the post.
The element of surprise on multiple fronts there. Well played.
Anthony in a matchup with Quinn Cook. From long range, and the rebound belongs to Golden State. Warriors have the basketball. Livingston sizing up Eric Gordon. Trying to cash in. The shot by Livingston, no good. To Anthony. Has a look. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career. Wow.
Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Not that time. Anthony. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Live 19.
Squad set to make some moves right now. Durant, guarded by CP3. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. Now Paul with the basketball. Margins 8. To Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden, defended by Cousins. Clint Capella. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Durant matched up with Paul. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense. Paul cleans it up. Capella to Harden. Lets it fly from long range with James Harden. Muscle memory. Gets it to go. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
To Harden. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's now 5 for 6.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Missed a wide open look. Cousins to Green. Sets him up. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Kevin Durant at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Coming right back to you.
Paul. Deep right corner. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Paul to Harden. Got it at the line. Tucker on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Steph Curry matched up with P.J. Tucker. To Green. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Harden in possession. Trailing by 4. James Harden, 4 out of 10.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Steph Curry against Tucker with a drop step to Cousins. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
DeMarcus Cousins, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. First one, count it.
Number 9, Andre Iguodala.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Good. Off a spin.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
3 titles in 4 years. New arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his only media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
Harden guarded by Klay Thompson. And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Kevin Durant has it. Kevin Durant. He's now 4 for 6.
Good shot, man.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
To Paul. Can't connect.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. To Anthony. Harden to Anthony. Gets it in the left corner. Harden to Anthony. And the rebound comes down to Curry. To Durant. Kevin Durant. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Flat out, KD is unguardable. He's the most gifted scorer in the league, period. We saw that during the NBA Finals last year. He has that size and that length. He can take advantage of anybody and elevate it around the rim.
Harden. They get it down to Paul. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. To Harden. It's blocked by Boogie.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Harden here against Steph. Rejected by Durant. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Anthony. Oh, had him going there for a second. That's blocked by Durant.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Curry. Has a chance. Off the mark. Well contested.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Steph Curry. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%. Curry, no doubt, is a transformative player. Some say for the worst. Is there too much of a reliance on the three-point shot at all levels?
No, we're watching the game evolve, and Stephen Curry has been critical in changing the narrative. But I want kids at home to recognize that they see the finished product. They see somebody who makes 1,000 jumpers a day. And I love what Team USA is doing when they talk about removing the three-point line. It's imperative that kids have the right mechanics. If you have the right mechanics, your range will take care of itself.
Durant matched up with Carmelo Anthony. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake. What more does this guy have to prove?
He has everything to prove because he's not trying to prove it to you behind the screen watching this game, playing this game. He's trying to prove it to himself, Kevin Durant, every day that he is the greatest to ever put on an NBA uniform.
Rejected by Thompson.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets only.
Spins and scores. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Harden to Anthony. Harden. That's off the side of the rim, short. Curry into the front court. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime. Durant. Tucker with the rebound. To Harden. Deep left corner to Harden. Another chance. Deep three. at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Warriors with the lead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Warriors have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets aren't down by too much at the half.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Kevin Durant
Has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he can't convert the free throw. To Harden. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Harden into the front court. His guys down three. Now ready to shoot at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Draymond Green here against P.J. Tucker. To Cousins. 4-3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. It's in the hands of James Harden. No good. No daylight. Great defense. Durant across the timeline. Lead is 2. Draymond Green. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. And let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
Durant. From the outside, no good. Harden in possession. His guys trail now by 4. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Harden here against Steph. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Thompson to Cousins. James Harden at the controls. Here comes the screen. Oh, emphatic slam.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Time to shuffle things up. Anthony. Harden goes to the right side. To Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Carmelo Anthony. Zero hesitation as he knocks down the 3.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
Green. There's the toss. It's Rockets ball.
I got ball.
2-point shot for James Harden. And the rebound taken by Golden State. To Cousins. The shot blocked by Anthony.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Steph Curry against Tucker. To Green. Shot clock winding down. Curry. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Steph Curry picked up by Paul. Fires the 3. Textbook defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Curry with the ball. To Green. Looking for his man. And Cousins throwing it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Harden with it up top. Down 3.
Block up. Here you go.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Has a look. Shot by Andre Iguodala with the putback slam.
Dre still got those doyoings.
What do you mean, Jay?
When he jumps, it goes doyoing. No?
Doyoy what?
Okay.
Curry to Green. Here's a chance from long range. Anthony with the rebound. It's blocked by Iguodala.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
For 3. Tough shot. Well defended. It's in the hands of Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Harden takes aim at Steph Curry. To P.J. Tucker. It's blocked by Boogie.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Green. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
It's good. And 1.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Stephen Curry trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Off the mark at the line. To Paul. And scores.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Green. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Harden with the basketball. Down 4. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Houston takes over. Takes stock of the floor. James Harden, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Curry to bring it up. They lead it. 4-point game. Trying to cash in. Hayden with a shot, no good.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Harden. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's shooting 71% so far. Free throw is good to cap off the 3-point play. And the lead is down to 3. It's Steph at the controls. To Thompson from long range. Second effort, and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Harden against Klay Thompson. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
James Harden has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Curry has it. Down to Green. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Harden to Anthony. Down low, Capella. Harden. Off the assist.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the 3-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Steph Curry here against Knight. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Stephen Curry trying to cash in on a 3-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Has a look. A tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
And draws the foul.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
James Harden at the line for 2 shots, shooting 80% in this contest. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Possession lies with Golden State to Shaun Livingston. Green to Thompson. Has a chance. Yes, Klay Thompson, 4 out of 10.
Klay Thompson equals a jump shooting metronome. Catch, plant, and shoot, and there's no wasted motion from the waist up, which leads to him being one of the most efficient players in the league. He's led the league for 3 seasons in a row in catch and shoot opportunities. You'll probably want to run him off the three-point line, force him to put the ball down on the ground and make a play.
Harden. And it's Iguodala to claim the rebound. Trying to cash in. Offensive rebound to Thompson. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Steph Curry, defended by Eric Gordon. Count it.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Nene with the dunk.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Jordan Bell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 68%. Free throws good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3 to P.J. Tucker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Gerald Green trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Can convert the free throw. It's Curry controlling the offense. Fires the three, and Steph. He can make that shot with his eyes closed. Wide open, knocks down the three. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to explode.
Durant here against P.J. Tucker. Has a look. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Harden takes aim at Steph Curry. To P.J. Tucker. Got it from the line. Harden. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Misfires. It's no good. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harden buries it.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are squared to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. We have a tie ball game. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in the position to win this ballgame.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Golden State at the controls. Durant. Can't connect. It's no good. To Harden. goes down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harden matched up with Iguodala. Great feed. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Livingston's shot won't go. Carter Williams with it up top. 2-point advantage. To P.J. Tucker. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Durant. Down low Bell. He gets it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
James Harden trying to cash in. Spins and scores.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Good pass taken away.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Harden trying to hit 50, but it's no good. Turned away by Bell.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Steph Curry matched up with Harden. And count the basket inside.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Rockets have the ball. Shot for James Harden. Deep two there, won't go. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kevin Durant at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Count it, old-fashioned three-point play. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
Paul sizing up Iguodala. From the outside, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
The pass set it all up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Harden And he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Steph Curry matched up with Harden. Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Houston with the basketball. That's blocked by Durant.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Durant guarded by Nene. Good look that time, but off the mark. Harden into the front court. All tied up, just underway in this fourth quarter. Tucker to the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Harden takes aim at Livingston. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him. Nene to Paul. Here comes the screen. Harden to P.J. Tucker. And counted at the rim.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Warriors basketball. Durant here against P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. His numbers tonight, 84% from the stripe. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Curry into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. To Durant. 4-3. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
And count the basket.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Steph Curry matched up with Paul. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
To Carter Williams. Going to launch beyond the arc and knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that three-point shot than one instead from 22 feet.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Curry. Tough make through traffic.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
It's Golden State basketball. Steph Curry matched up with Nene. And strokes it. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
To Paul. Carter Williams. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'm pretty sure I saw that move earlier in the game. I can't believe he fell for it again.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
I think everyone in this building knows it's going to come down to the last 2 minutes. This game is going to be won with who decides to really show up on the defensive end of the ball.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Here we go.
KD with the rock. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Capella. Knocked loose. Harden. Trying to cash in. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found his second life.
To Green. Durant matched up with Paul. Doesn't get the bounce. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
When you got a big man like Boogie coming off a devastating Achilles injury, you wonder a lot about his mobility, but he looked really agile in that last play.
Harden matched up with the two-time MVP. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
New blood coming in for both sides. Jerebko here against Green. For three, yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to threes. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Durant against Chris Paul. Has a look. shot by Durant won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Paul's free throw good. A three-point play as the Rockets add to their lead. To Durant. The shot blocked by Anthony.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Durant across the timeline. Right now, down 7. And a nice finish at the rim.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Has a chance. The shot almost.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Stephen Curry trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Lays it up and in.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way. Harden against the former Cougar. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's shooting 85% in this game. Free throw's good. He finishes off the three-point play. And now it's a three-point contest. Kevin Durant with the rock. To Curry. Nothing going here on that drive. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good. He finishes off the three-point play as they take a three-point lead to Thompson. From long range. Message received. Well defended. To Anthony. Trying to cash in. Anthony, a shot, no good.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it. Fires the three. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Paul. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Has a look. It's no good. Not sure what he was thinking there.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Steph Curry, guarded by CP3. Lets it fly from long range, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
And the basket good at the rim. We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Two-point shot for Curry. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner. No time left in this quarter. No separation so far. It's all even. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. And we're underway here in the extra period. Harden, defended by Thompson. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find the two-point shot relevant these days.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Nice pass to get things going.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. To Cousins. Scores from the post.
I think the defender had absolutely zero chance on that play.
To Harden. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board. Thompson to Curry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good. To Capella. Stuffs it down with authority.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. A shot rejected by Capella.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Chance for Paul, just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Easy path to the rim.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Not that time. To Durant. Trying to cash in. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. It's scary.
Harden matched up with Livingston. 4-3. Not that time. He missed it. To Shaun Livingston. Curry. Oh, Capella up to block it. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Time for some new personnel into the game. And now Houston has the basketball. Harden. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
The free throw, good. Converts on the three-point play, and the margin is down to 2. Paul with it up top. He'll run the offense. The screen sets him up for 2. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Anthony. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Anthony, rebound, hauled in by Cousins. Curry with the basketball. Down just a couple. Going to launch beyond the arc. To Harden. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. Steph Curry. Capella's on him. Down low to Cousins. Nice pass to set things up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Harden. Deep right corner. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Warriors have the basketball. Steph Curry. Harden's on him. To Green. Cleans it up. Cousins. Curry buries the three.
I know he's a volume shooter. I have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Knocks it down off the step back.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout, and they'll have to beware of the trap and also make sure the ball's in the right hands. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Thompson. And he hits.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Paul. Top of the key. Here's a chance from long range. Tucker, dead on three-point shooter. Tough to guard.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. And this is where the coaches earn their cash. Let's see what they designed down by 2 here in the final minute of play. Tucker. Paul, tough matchup against Durant. Nene to Harden. Oh, he can't connect. Tucker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Chris Paul at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Steph Curry. It's the Warriors who get the victory. They need it overtime, but they win it by 2. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors stay strong to get the overtime victory. Teams show their heart in the extra minutes, and it was clearly on display in this matchup. What a great game. It was definitely a thriller. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets must be devastated after such a close loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams,